I'm so excited for the stream today. I'm genuinely ecstatic. I'm really excited. I think this is gonna be like a huge nostalgia trip for me. So today we're gonna explore maybe 5 or 6 JRPGs that I grew up with as a kid. And I have all of these bad boys on physical copies. So I'm here and I'm holding them in my little stack of games that I've got today. I do want to chat a little bit more, but the first game that we are going to play, I'm gonna hide my face because the camera doesn't. The camera likes my face too much. Look, hey, Final Fantasy 3. There we go. Look at that. These games, they're my comfort place, you know? These video games right here, whatever a whole bunch of other shit was going on. That's what I love about JRPGs, is that you can really just focus, hone in on what you're doing, and the world around you just kind of melts away. And it's even better whenever you're on handheld. I've always been a handheld gamer. I think at my core anyway. I love Final Fantasy 3. This is one of the remakes that they made for the DS. This game is super duper classic to me. I want to say this was probably the first Final Fantasy game that I ever played. This is a classic, man. This is to me, it's the penultimate, just fucking 4-person, class-based JRPG. This was I may be wrong about this, but I think this is the first Final Fantasy game where they had a job system in it. And you know that we're watching the intro to every single one of these games. Oh my god. Look at how low res and low frame rate it is. There is an updated version of this in some of the newer bits, which I do watch just for nostalgia purposes. God, chocobos. It's the most Final Fantasy open. It's chocobos in an airship. Come on. And this was very much a Final Fantasy game where you assign personalities kind of to the characters. They all have it written in there a little bit, but kind of not really at the same time. Apologies whenever it goes double screen. I don't have a scene for that. It's so good though. I would watch this and I just imagine I would always name the characters in this game after my friends, and then imagine the part where he pushes the blonde dude pushes the guy with the silver hair, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's just like me and my friend, in first grade. That's our relationship. That's our dynamic, So good. It's just like me. I know, dude, that's probably where all the self-insert, in me came from, What JRPG is this? This is Final Fantasy 3. And we're just gonna play the opening of this game. We'll play the opening of all these games that I have lined up, and then we'll switch to the next one. It's gonna be very much like a palette of, a smorgasbord of all these different JRPGs that I played whenever I was younger. Vogolgan thus prophesied, the earthquake was only the beginning. It starts how Undertale starts. Ow! I didn't see that hole there. What have I gotten myself into now? This is kind of the main guy. An orphan raised by Nina and elder Topapa in the village of Adventurous by nature, his curiosity gets the better of him as he tumbles into a hole created by the great earthquake. Yeah, this kind of main guy. Let's call him Cheens. At least this is like first dude that, what's it called? That you get, in the party. Cheens. And I'm gonna have to be careful in this game. This game is a brutal one. If you die, then it just like resets you to the point where you save. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I save state kind of often. I mean, what? I'm playing this on a Nintendo DS. Music is great. It's classic, right? I feel like maybe this might be better. Let's go bottom screen as our main screen for a bit. Oh, it just feels good. I'm like, all of these games are gonna give me such like a warm feeling in like my chest of like nostalgia and everything, you know? Classic like Final Fantasy music. This is what I mean whenever I say like this is just the most penultimate like original Final Fantasy game in my mind. Where they don't really like the story is very basic. It's very, you know, what became the formula and everything. I love this formula. It's one of my favorites. Those were monsters? Why do I get the feeling this is not the safest place to be? And then, like, all the dialogue is just characters, like, talking pretty plainly. They do have a thing in this, specifically this version, where you kind of zoom in with the camera. And if you're zoomed in with the camera, you're, like, supposedly, like, looking closer at your environment and everything. There'll be little shiny bits that show up, and you can pick those up. And it's kind of cool. What this? This is Final Fantasy III. Thank you, Funk Jazz Nera, for your 20th month. Appreciate you. I love the animations in this too, because they just kind of like change based on what weapon you're using, you know, what, you know, based on whether or not you get a critical or anything. Your attacks are cool and happen in like multi-hits, which is sweet. I love a good JRPG that gives me like a multi-hit attack instead of just like me hitting once. I don't know, it just helps get me a little bit more into it and everything. I don't think that we have anything else, so just go ahead and grab that. Something strange about that rock. So yeah, this is like whenever you click this little button up here in the top left, it zooms you in and everything. They turn all shiny. And you can like move around. Damn, this looks age. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Again, there is like, you can play this at a higher res. I mean, it's still like just as polygonal and everything. But they have a version for this that you could just play on your phone. And I don't know. It's one of those things that even now still, like, if I'm ever on like a plane ride, I sometimes will just boot this game up on my phone and just play it. Ooh, get a longsword. So one of the cool things about this game is that we can equip a longsword, but we also could just straight up like equip a different weapon in our offhand, and it'll lower our defense, sure, but like we're getting 8 attack for it. And it'll also make it so like we can attack more with like multi-hits and everything. I don't know, it's sweet, it's cool, I like it a lot. I like the idea of having that option, being able to dual wield or whatever, if I so desire, you know? It's sick, it's so cool, because it is just like, it is the formula. I bet Ifang does more damage, so let's go for that. Yeah, and look, now he does a 2-hit because he's got a sword and a dagger. It's so cool. Yeah! I love it. I love the little animations. They're my favorite. I do need to keep an eye on my health, though, because, again, if I wipe, it will send me back to the very beginning of the game. And when I say the very beginning of the game, I mean, like, I will fall down the hole again. I will have to name my character again. So let's just make sure. Okay, I'm down 10 health. I should be fine to press on just a little bit further. Maybe once I get down to like 10 health. Ooh, this can happen though. At random intervals, you'll either be able to ambush the monsters, or you'll get ambushed. So right then I just got back attacked, which was not cool. So let's get rid of Blue Wisp here. Just got back from work. Hope you had a good day at work. Put some water for pasta. How you doing? I'm doing good. I just had some ramen, actually. Critical 1 damage. Okay, I'm around half. I could probably do like 1 or 2 more fights, but I don't really want to push it. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful about this. New level, new level. Yeah, so we'll get into like jobs and stuff later. I actually don't know. I think I unlocked jobs around the point where the intro ends, so maybe we won't see jobs. But I'll at least show them off before we switch games, you know? A wellspring. What mystifying colors. Sick. I love whenever there's like a pool like this in a dungeon, and then you just get all your health back. It's so good. And then you have like a new spot to grind. It's like in Pokemon games, whenever there's like a Nurse Joy like on the route or something like that. Just the best, just the best. Having a new like tether, like a new point that you go to get full healed again. And then you don't need to use a potion anymore. I'm a potion hoarder, like, bad. Like, I've ended RPGs with hundreds of potions in my inventory and just never used them. Because, I mean, you know, once you get, like, healing magic and everything, what's the point, right? What's the point in doing that? Let's just make sure there's nothing close by. Doesn't look like it. Should be good. Ow! Dude, did 5 damage to me, my god. Ridiculous. But what if I need it later? It's the final fight, I know, right? That is, I will use like an elixir, like whatever the best healing item that you have at that point in the game, you know? I'll use that. But I'll still like, you'll be at that point in the game where it's like, well, there's no point in using potions anymore, you know? So, I do think do I have any magic on me right now? Okay, so I don't have any magic yet. I guess I'll just continue. I guess I'll just continue for now. Ooh, okay. I may go ahead and leather shield my second spot. Because, you know, This is, you hear the music in the room, right? I'm playing on a Nintendo DS. Partition for all your party, be named after your friends. Oh, you know it. Oh, you know it. What's that? An evil creature attacks teams. And the thing is, we're playing so many JRPGs today that I could just name them after like a whole collection of my friends and everything. It's awesome. Okay, so we've got this asshole. We picked up some Antarctic winds. I'll just go ahead and use that. He's cold-blooded, which means that this is gonna do more damage, right? I don't know. I don't know if that's how that works. Let's just go ahead and Antarctic wind this guy up. That's the move I have that's gonna deal the most damage. Gotta love a JRPG that, like, puts a boss in your face, like, in the tutorial, you know? I kind of want to pet it. Isn't it scary, though? They make them so, like, big, and it feels like all the boss fights in this game are just really huge like this. It's kind of cool. This game came out last week. This game came out like 20 years ago. I don't know when exactly this game came out. This game's old. You've been chosen. Who's that? Who's there?
Warrior from the land of darkness, you have been chosen as the bringer of hope.
It's a Final Fantasy game. There has to be a crystal, you know? There has to be a crystal. There has to be. It's a Final Fantasy. Is this crystal talking to me?
Darkness is threatening to engulf the world. When light is lost, the equilibrium will be no more.
What are you talking about?
There are others who share your destiny. You must seek them out. Once you find them, I will bestow upon you our last light, our last hope. Now go!
Whoa, wait, I don't understand. It's a Final Fantasy game. A crystal needs to talk to you. It's so funny because I was so immersed, like, looking at this just being out in the open world of this Final Fantasy game. But when you really look at it now, you're like, oh, that's a square room with a green floor and a wall there with some art on it. But it's just, you know, you make the connection in your brain and suddenly you're in a vast landscape, you know? And it's just, I don't know, it's always so sick to me. I'm back on the surface. What was that? Light? Darkness? The last hope? What was that all about? Characters in RPGs doing this. It's their favorite thing to do. First town.
James, the elders are looking for you.
I heard that someone put a curse on the old town of Kazus. I'm not going anywhere near that place. Must be a different town. King Susune's castle is to the west of here. He's the lord of all the lands surrounded by the Parmeni Mountains, including this village.
Hi, James. I went to a quiet town. I wonder what all the hubbub's about.
Awesome.
I can sense what has happened to you. You must now heed the words of Elder Topapa.
Little free heal there. Little free heal there in the first town, so that way you don't need to actually pay any money at the end. Nina, so this is the woman who raised me. So this day has finally come. I'm gonna worry about you, so promise me you'll be careful.
You have come, James. So it is you who has been chosen. You must understand that your meeting with the crystal was not happenstance. It was the crystal's will. You have been chosen.
Chosen? For what? I don't understand.
A long time ago, a traveler came to me carrying a newborn child. His face was covered in soot, and his clothes were burnt to tatters. The child he carried in his arms was you. To think, even as a newborn, you are already destined to be chosen by the crystal. You must now set forth on your journey. Take your power, the light you hold in your heart, and use it well.
Does this old man know everything that's happened to me?
James, you must treat Nina, your mother, the very best you can. You must know by now she's not your birth mother, but she's taking care of you as if she truly were.
I love the exposition dump of these games. I feel like if you know what you are, in that this game is just the most basic RPG story that can be told, I don't really mind getting just exposition dumped all the time. But also, I love this game with nostalgia tinted lenses, you know? Very wacky stuff. You have exciting news? Ooh, lay it on me, Jab Dog. Lay it on me. Yes, it is crystal meth. It's said that those blessed by the crystal's light can regain their health and even revive themselves by drinking wellspring water. Cool. I did that in that other room.
I hear you're going on a journey. Feel free to come back anytime.
The hell's in here? Oh, hell yeah.
Why, hello there, James. Watch me dance.
That's the entire interaction. I'm engaged and gonna be a dad? That's awesome, Jab Dog. Congratulations. Holy crap. That's so exciting.
So you're leaving her, eh? Oh, Jab's talking about it. Take the potions, is that well with you?
Sure. I love a little thing that a JRPG wants to put in, you know? You know, it's an inn, so we gotta make a tavern, and one of the characters in the tavern needs to dance. That's something that they should do. Actually, I don't even think that there's any other point of this tavern.
You're going on a journey, you have to take some antidotes and eye drops.
Yes, eye drops are a thing in this game. Would you play me a song on the piano? Oh, most certainly. How was that? Oh, they're booing me. They think I suck.
Stupid earthquake. Can't get back to Canada because a huge stupid rock is blocking the entrance to through Ned Valley.
Nelv? Nelv. I don't even think I could talk to this guy. Can I? Yeah, he's just walking around. He's avoiding me. Any parenting you guys can advice you guys can give me? Love that kid. Do your best. Don't try to be perfect. No parent does it perfect, but as long as you listen to your kid, you know, you understand their needs and everything, you're gonna be all right. Though I'm not a parent, so I mean, what do I know?
Oh yeah? Ghosts don't exist? Then go there yourself and prove it. Huh, you don't have the guts. You're a coward.
Ark, another orphan raised by Topapa and Cheem's best friend. Unlike Cheems, he prefers reading over gamboling in the wild. His studies endow him with great knowledge that more than makes up for his shyness. I mean, you know, I'll name this one Cullen. I'll name this one Ian Lan. What happened to your name? There we go. Hey, Cullen, what's going on?
It's James. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, fuck off. Hey, wait, Cullen. You don't have to run away from me. Gamboling means like frolicking. Oh, okay. I'm not a coward, but I know I have to be stronger. I can't do a Cullen impression, but I can't ask for Cheem's help. I'll show them. Oh, hello, Cheems. I'm picking flowers. I think I can buy... Can I buy weapons already? Potentially, I should wait. Ooh, but yeah, so there's so many different weapon types in this game. You could get like a bow, you could get stabs, long swords. I think there are like spears and stuff later. I don't know if we'll see any of that. But like, you can equip everybody with like all these interesting, different, like unique armor types and everything. You can totally just leave this town at this point. But there's a storehouse up to the north of the town. Do a little bit of extra exploring, and then you find some goodies. So I'm gonna go get those goodies. I'm gonna go get those goodies. Man, I wanna go gamboling. That sounds awesome. I wanna frolic. I don't think I've ever frolicked before. I mean, I've definitely walked through a field, but I've never frolicked. I don't know what the prerequisite for frolicking is, but I need to acquire frolicking in my life. The ability to frolic. All right, let's get in here. There's an old man here.
There are switches that open hidden passageways in towns and dungeons. You'll have to look closely to find them. Take a look at that candle, for example. If you zoom in close enough, it's shiny. See that shining spot? Those sparkles tells you there's something fishy there.
Yeah, so you basically kind of just want to be zoomed in on dungeons. I always end up doing it more than there ends up actually being a reward for it. But, you know. It's by doing it energetically or happily, Cheems. Okay, so I can frolic. I just need to walk with excitement. I can do that. How do I get excited about the very act of walking? Oh, and then you pick up Cure and eye drops and a longsword and a dagger and a phoenix down. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I think, you know, big money. And in this game, Cure is an item. Spells are items, and you use it to learn it, basically. I may hold on to it for the time being. But I definitely can double longsword it up. And that's badass. And now I'm a badass, so I'm gonna take that. Yeah, nice. Oh, thank you, Bitter Pansexual. Yeah, we got a good community. We got good folk. What's going on in here? Poisoner. Ooh. I might as well buy it, right? Right. I think there was, I think there may even be like another chest or something in this town that gives you like a good bit of cash. I could look around for it and everything, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to look around for it. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and let's equip up some stuff. Let's get a leather cap and some bronze bracers. Just to get stuff in that. Actually, and I think that armor was better than what I got currently too. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. And I'm stacking myself to the 9s. Cool, cool. Maybe it's in that one room of the inn. There was a room in the inn that was up like north or something. Or not north. Yeah, upstairs. North. Oh.
Let me tell you about your current job. Freelancers can use low-level magic, but their base attributes are pretty low.
Okay. That's just kind of a thing then. Okay, well, I don't know if I really have much more to gain here. So let's go ahead and skedaddle. Ready to go out in the world. I need to go find Cullen. Cullen just ran off. I think that they're down in this. I kind of want to use the swords, though. I kind of want to use the swords. Oh, there's Cullen. Now we're in Kazis. I think somebody in the last town said something about this place being, like, haunted or something like that. Ah! Cullen, it's me, Cheems. Don't be afraid. Why'd you run off on your own? What are you trying to prove, anyway? I gotta come up with a voice for Cullen. What's a voice I could do for Cullen? Let me go with you, Cheems. I want to show everyone that I'm not a weakling. I did manage to come here all by myself. You'll take me with you, Cheems, won't you? Cullen's monotone voice they always do. I will die. I will die. I'm just putting a little bit of gay spice on it, you know? All right, if that's what you want. Cullen has joined the party. Nice. Second person. I'm gonna teach Cullen Cure. Cullen's my white mage. Cullen. That means that you can also learn removes poison. I'm the worst. I mean, fucking. And this is something that you can do. This game has formation, which means I can say, Cullen, get in the back, and the enemies will attack me in the front. while Cullen's in the back. So, hey, look at that. I'm pointing at Bardic right now.
I feel so empty. Curse that gin.
Look at this program.
Look at
Bitter
what?
pansexual! What the hell?
It can't be,
but
it is.
Thank you so much, Falapa. Very epic, very epic. Thank you so much, Bitter Pansexual. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Hope you're having a good day. Hope it's going all right for you.
I can't do business when I'm a ghost.
A common problem that we all have.
The gin's curse has turned me into a ghost. Am I going to die like this? Or am I already dead? Doom, despair, oh me, oh my.
Doom and despair. What's going on in here? Oh, that's just a wellspring. I don't think we really need any health right now.
We shall declare independence.
What do you mean I'm not allowed to Walmart? Thank you, JM Sums. Appreciate your Walmarting. Oh. Oops, oops, oops. Let's go into the inn. Anybody to talk to here in this inn?
Only the power of Mithril can banish the djinn. That is why the djinn cursed this town once it found out how the nearby mines were packed with the stuff.
Oh.
Howdy there. Sid's the name. I'm from Canaan.
I'm telling you, it's a Final Fantasy game. A character needs to be named Sid.
Don't touch those! Don't you ever touch my balls without asking.
Have we discovered that one before? I don't think we discovered that alert before. I think that was a fully new discovered alert. That means we gotta play it again. Give it a nice second play right there.
Don't touch those! Don't you ever touch my balls without asking.
Ayo! Thank you, Kratos. Those were science biddies right there.
On top of that, I got a curse cast on me along with these other folks. Ain't that a trip and a half?
James, we have to do something to help these people.
Say, if I lent you my airship, do you lads think you can help me and these other saps? From what I hear, this curse can be dispelled through the power of a mithril ring. Unfortunately, we seem to all be out of mithril rings here. Even if we could get the mithril, Dr. the Smith has been turned into a ghost himself, and his daughter, the apprentice, has gone missing. My airship's hidden in the desert west of here. Use it to find a way to lift this curse.
Thank you, Nonner, for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. I'm like on cloud 9 right now. I have to say, guys, like this I'm truly in my element playing this game right now.
If only we had the mithril ring that blacksmith had forged. It's the only thing that may banish the djinn. The djinn that we had banished into the sealed cave was released by the earthquake and cast a curse on us all.
Thank you, Jimmy, for the 234 biddies. For farting in my ear.
I wonder where the Smith's daughter is gone. I remember her complaining about her training and not wanting to follow in her father's footsteps. I wonder if she has a mithril ring in her possession.
I love JRPGs. I love JRPGs. I love them so much. That's exact. Why does every character have an omniscient, like, understanding of the story? It is my favorite thing. I love this game. You are a random ghost in a tavern, but you know everything. So you're the blacksmith then.
What? I also have to say it. I don't have any mithril rings. I want to get rid of this curse as much as you. And I am on a temper of mithril as a ghost. Even if I weren't cursed, I couldn't work unless I knew my daughter was safe. It's all my fault. Should have been so harsh in training her.
I'm on cloud 9. Don't you ever touch my balls without asking. So I think he said that his airship was in the desert, yeah? What? That must be the blacksmith's daughter. Huh? Who are you? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. This is Sid's airship, and he's letting us use it. Raised in Kazus by the mithril smith Taka, whose rigorous training led her to run away from home again. Austin. You know who the last one is gonna be. I'm Austin. And I'll have you know that my father and I forged the parts for this ship back in Kazus. So that means you're the blacksmith's daughter? You'll have to help us make a mithril ring. Yes, that's the only way we'll be able to lift the curse on Kazus. I can't make mithril rings. I didn't study that far. I didn't want to. Swell. I don't think Sid's gonna be particularly happy with that news. Wait, I know where we can find a ring. My father forged a mithril ring for King Sazune a long time ago. He should still have it. Let me go with you. I can't make mithril rings, but I want to help my father and the people of Kazus. I think she should come with us, Cheems. Me too. Slacking off saved her from the curse, so maybe that luck might rub off on us. Hey, that's not funny. I love how the main character is just so like rude to her. All aboard! Okay, we need to pick up some armor and some other stuff, probably, right? Like, that's probably a good idea. Go get our other party members equipped and whatnot. So let's head on back. Go buy up some stuff. I swear to God, there's like 1,000 gil that you get just laying around somewhere, but I don't even remember where it is.
Look at this program. Look at what?
Bitter Pansexual, what the hell? Thank you so much for the support.
Can't be, but it is.
All right, let's figure out like weapons and stuff. So we have Cullen is our white mage character. Austin, we can make Austin our black mage whenever we get one, or we could buy a bow and then some arrows and give those to Austin instead. And that might be kind of cool. And who knows what Harry will be. Oh, oopsie. Looks like I spoiled who the last character is gonna be. My bad. Oh, shoot. I actually don't know if the staff does help the character cast magic in this game. $25 wooden arrows. Actually, ooh, you know what I could do for Harry? Oh, I'm going double long. Ooh. All right, hear me out. There's a world in which double daggers could be sick. But I don't know. Maybe that's crazy. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm gonna be able to attack more with that. Maybe Harry will be like our tank guy. Okay, so you have leather armor and a leather cap, but neither one of you have arms. Gotcha, gotcha. What's up, Septimus? What are you doing? Wait, did you? It was arms, right? I literally just forgot. Man forgets things in real time. Man actually, like, loses his mind in real time. It also will just tell me over on the right side what they do and do not have. I feel insane. I feel like an insane person. That's what I feel like. And that's who I am. All right. Let's get some bronze bracers on you two. And then Austin has a bow, so let's put them in the back. And then we'll head onwards. We'll figure out what everybody's roles end up becoming, you know? We're still at the point in the game where we don't even have, like, jobs or whatever. And again, I think that the end of the intro of this game may be when you unlock jobs, so we may not even see that before we move on to the next JRPG. Oh, look at this little scoundrel! A terrible curse has been... A terrible curse has befallen the people in Castle Suzune while I was gone. Only the power of the mithril ring may save them, I am told. But Kazus is suffering from the same fate as Suzune. I must do something, but where will I find a mithril ring? I'm the daughter of the blacksmith of Kazus. The king must still have the ring my father made him. We've come to borrow the king's mithril ring to save Kazus. Will you let us through? An audience with the king. Yes, I believe I can arrange that. Come, I'll be waiting in the throne room. My favorite streamers of art. Thank you. I know things. Yo! Holy shit! Crazed Archon? Dude, I haven't seen that name in forever. What? What's up? What's up, dude? I don't know if you want me to call you by your first name. So, I'll keep it to Crazed Archon. Hey, man. Again, dude, Tyler, been a long time. How are you doing? Holy crap. A wooden arrow. And a holy arrow. Oh god, we might need that. Oh, wait, is this where you get the gil? Am I crazy? I know there's just free gil. There's a free bow in there. There's a free bow in there. That's a free bow. That's a free bow. I bought a bow. I fully spent all my money on a bow. Don't buy a bow in this game. You get one for free. Free. It was free. About to do some Overwatch 2? I love Overwatch. one of my favorite games. Totally not stolen? What do you mean not stolen? I didn't steal that. Freebird solo. Something you can bust out at any time. The Freebird solo. Just on a whim. Ba 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 ba. Well, he's just a little guy with a staff. I kind of just want to guard with him. Oh, I could totally attack my teammates, too. All right, time to use the new stuff. Ooh, big hit. Yeah, I know things. I knew things. I knew things about this, this room. All right, I just want one of them dead. Let's just go ahead and do that. Hopefully I kill it. Nice. Okay, that means the bow shot goes on to somebody else. I think the bow shot does the most damage. If you just want to keep attacking the person who's guarding, that's more than fine. I'm absolutely chill with that. Like, we are hanging out. I will take that. That blinded Cullen! What the hell? Alright, kill him. Kill him! We could probably just click attack on everybody. Oh, maybe not the best call, actually. Yeah, that was stupid. He does so little damage that just anytime he's not healing, he should probably just be guarding. That's probably the best way for Cullen. Nice! Quick, somebody go pocket sand Cullen for immersion. If you throw sand inside of my house, I'm gonna be actually angry. Sand is like the worst thing that you could possibly try to get up out of carpet. Because, like, what, are you gonna vacuum it? You're gonna mess up your vacuum. Sand is tiny rocks. Yeah, so, guess what eye drops cure in this game? Oh, Red Wisp. How much damage do you think that does? Let's see. Let's risk it. Woo! I will say one thing about this game. If you do decide to play this game is very like old Final Fantasy in that it is brutal as hell. If even one character dies, it's a giant pain in the ass to get them back alive. Especially in the early game, because I think the only way to really get them back as far as I know is to Phoenix down them. And that is not fun to do. Oh, nice. Right person. No fucking way, don't tell me. Cures nausea. Yeah, you drink the eye drops and then it cures your nausea. That's what you do with the eye drops. You're right about that. You probably shouldn't drink eye drops, right? Yeah, I should make a statement on that. I'm gonna have to make a tweet. Gonna have to tweet that one. Hey, Don't drink eye drops. I think that you're out of MP there, Cullen. Which means probably we did a little shallow grind in here. Maybe I'll try to get into one more fight before I leave. And then I'm gonna go into that castle. And we're gonna talk to British boy. Thank you, Bales. Thank you for your 6 months. Hey, that's half a year. That's half a year right there. That's a new badge right there. All right, all right, all right. Cullen guarding here is paramount because they are the most killable person in our current situation. So any attempt to make them less killable is a good one. God, it's so good. I love the little animations. I love that you just have the freedom to have your characters like equip whatever they want to equip. If I want my guy to dual wield swords because I think that's badass, then that's what I want to do. I don't want to be forced to use a shield. I'm gonna equip someone with 2 shields. Actually, I don't know if you can do that. I don't know. I think that might be a limitation. Rated #1 most killable person. That's something for a resume. That's something to put down on a resume. The flesh is strong and steel is weak. That's a true dual shield user right there. How come nobody did that? Just run into battle with 2 shields. Actually, probably a lot of people did that. They were probably the people who died first in whatever fights. I don't know, maybe they were like big and tough and strong and, you know, all that, you know, all that business. So maybe it just worked out for them. Oh!
If I want a ghost, I'd go and defeat the djinn myself.
Take a rest right there. See a bed in a video game. That's a free heal. We take that. My Snelf. I knew you were gonna say. I knew it. I slept like a log. Can't I zoom in this place? Yeah. If I'm remembering correctly. Maybe this is where I get the free 1,000 gil. I'm telling you, I remember there's a free lot of money at the very beginning of this game, but I do not remember where, or when, or how, or really why. Ah! Okay, well, this is kind of neat. The chests contain a phoenix down. Awesome. Somebody dies, that's a free... No, you're not dead. Let's go down. Ooh. I found it! Wow. The rest of this is just water. All right. Ooh, free shield. And Blizzard. Ooh, there's our first Black Mage spell. Who do we want to put that on? I don't know. Who's gonna be the person in our the Black Mage of our party? Obviously, we don't. I mean, you know, we can kind of in this game have him be both that and like a fighter person. It would be kind of cool to make Harry like use magic as well.
The sealed cave is guarded by undead animated by the power of darkness. You must know that cure is harmful to them. The sword white slayer, the banish of all undead, is stored atop the western tower.
There's a sword up at the top of that tower that I was in. It's too bad that the mobs in there are aggressive.
The Jinn's curse has befallen us all, and I am no exception.
Sire, these younglings have come seeking the mithril ring to counter the curse.
The mithril ring. You seek to use its powers to banish the Jinn once again. I would grant you this boon. However, my daughter holds the ring. She went missing shortly before the curse was cast upon us.
If the princess holds the ring, the Jinn may have taken her. That's what Harry sounds like.
If it is so, I fear for my precious Sarah. The Jinn must have taken her to its cave to the north.
Don't worry, sir, we'll get her back. Sire, I would like to ask you for your leave to accompany these brave souls to the sealed cave and rescue Lady Sarah. A loyal soldier of King Suzune's army, he narrowly escaped the Jinn's curse. His prime concern is finding the missing Princess Sarah. Harry. That's Harry. This is Harry. Confirm.
You have my leave, Harry, unless there are any objections.
Of course not. His sword is worth twice that of these two. Now that's not fair, but I agree that having one of the Kingsmen with us would help a lot. Harry has joined the party. What? Herald literature.
There is a secret passage in the sealed cave. Search for the skeleton key. I'm counting on you and your friends, Harry. Banish the Jinn and save us all.
Do you remember the opening for this game? You remember that part at the beginning of the cutscene where Harry like pushes my character, and my character is like walking in like and then he just pushes him, and then my character like angry faces at him. I don't know. Go back in the VOD. That's so me and Harry. That's so me and Harry's dynamic, guys. That's so me and Harry. Harry is level 4. So we should make him not level 4. But I think right now, more than anything, having another bow is probably our highest damage. That we're gonna be able to get. That means that maybe I'm the one who gets Blizzard. I mean, we all have the same amount of MP right now. So, I'll take Blizzard. I now know how to use Blizzard. True. It's so us. It's so us. Okay, now that we have 4 people, we could definitely probably go into this western tower and then probably kick some ass. I know did I equip Harry with holy arrows? Okay, yeah, we're gonna use wooden arrows for now. Austin also has wooden arrows. That works. We'll do that for these two for the time being. And then Cullen can just kind of guard. Make sure that we're kept safe and sound and everything. I'm just gonna go in. Oh, nice. I'm just, I've played this game before, so I know I know things. Shit, we can't split the... Can we split the arrows? I don't think so, right? Wood arrows. I don't think that we could split them, but... No, we can't. Okay. That means that, we will just... I think Austin will be the one with the holy arrows, and then Harry can wooden arrows it. Formation, that means that Harry's going in the back, and I will be our forward attacker, which means I may get hit more, which means I may want a shield, as opposed to dual wielding for this fight. I'm gonna go ahead and save state, and then we're gonna go. The chest contains White Slayer, but it's a trap! Who could have seen this coming? Who could have ever seen this tragedy? I'm gonna use Blizzard on it. Cullen's gonna guard. Austin with a normal attack, Harry with a normal attack. Those are our bow users, so they're gonna deal pretty good. 44, look at that. 58. Crazy. Crazy damage. We're putting down the moves on this guy. He's not even gonna get a shot. That's a hard fight. That's a hard fight. I've died there a lot. But I also, you know, again, I played the beginning of this game a million times, so I at the very least know how to go about the very beginning of this game. I'm confident in the beginning of this game. Oh, see, this sucks. So whenever you get back attacked, it fucks with your formation. So all the people who were in the back are now up front. And I don't know if... Can they even attack from up front with a bow? I guess they might be able to. I think it does less damage from up front, though. Okay, I'm a liar. I thought it did less damage. My ass really shooting twigs. You're shooting them off. Going good. God, Austin with those holy arrows. I almost want to conserve those holy arrows, but, you know, I know that we're only going to play the beginning of this, and then we're going to move on to the next game. So, we could just go ahead and move through this place. I don't really mind burning through the holy arrows just for that, then. Oh, I forgot that I got a new sword that does more damage against undead. I should definitely be using that. That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to attack this one. We're gonna have me and Harry attack that. And then Austin has holy arrows, so they're just gonna get that one. Just one-shot it. Oh, and you attacked the wrong person. Nice. Let's just conserve the holy arrow. This guy's done. At least I think he's done. Oh! Hey, he's done. Divided and conquered on that one. Harry gains a level. Nice. He's catching up. Okay, so I think because we got this new really cool sword, the White Slayer, let's put that in Harry's hands. I will dual wield long swords and Harry will shield and sword it with me. Sword and board it with me up front. Which means I really need to get Harry's armor popped up to good level. Look at that. Oh no, he's gone full Kirito. I unlocked my second slot. That really is the craziest thing that happens in Sword Art Online. Is that in the middle of the series, he's like, oh wait, I get to dual wield. Nobody else can dual wield in this game but me. I'm the only one in this game that can dual wield. I unlocked that because I'm the main character. God, look at Harry's cool-ass sword. It's all red. I'm critting. Harry does more damage with just one sword. Okay, it's time to go north, and we are going to go fuck up the Djinn, or we're gonna go save Princess Sarah at the very least, you know? Or we're gonna go see. We're gonna see if Princess Sarah is up north. I slept like a log. Oh, I guess I'm built different, huh? Yeah, that's Sword Art Online. That's Sword Art Online right there. All right, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. And then we're here. Sealed cave. Oh. Even in the later games that don't have dual wielding, Kirito finds a way to dual wield. He just breaks the game. It's just built different. What can you say? Oh my god, that was 33 damage. Ooh. Yoinkies. Holy crap. Go ahead and heal me. These mummies are no joke. Youch. 44. That hurts. That hurts. Reminds you how much you need to grind in these types of games. I was like, oh, I'm so good right now. This is so easy. I'm doing so well for myself. 44 damage. Ugh. Oh, fuck. Just means we gotta run around a little bit. Cursed copper. This is Bronzong. These games are grind personified. Oh yeah, for sure. No, with the old school Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But that's what's so good about it being like, you know, a handheld experience is that like you really just can passively do it. And I really do think that like less is more with these types of games. Like I don't know. There's some. You gotta have cool mechanics and everything, but like, I would always just imagine the combat choreography in my head. Like, I would I'd be like, yeah, and then my character does like a front flip and then like double flips towards them and, you know, elbows them and then hits them with his sword. You know, like that sort of, you know, that's sort of just like pure imagination. Because, you know, it's just good. It's just good. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we gotta heal Harry. Harry almost died there. Harry's gonna die to a bunch of floating pennies. That didn't give him a full heal, but it did do... So 60 is around what Cullen's healing for. I think on his number there. Just remember to use potions. That should be fine. Oh, that guy looks scary. I don't know who's the bigger threat here, the mummy or the skeleton. Let's get that skeleton dead. Oh, shit, Harry! Harry's pissed. He just 1v1 that thing. Alright, we're actually doing fine. Cullen would never be healer IRL, too much hatred in there. Yeah, I should be putting Cullen up front with 2 knives. I actually don't know what Cullen would be. Cullen would probably be like a paladin sort of character, so the kind of character that Harry's doing right now. Except Harry is that character for me, so we could have him swap roles. I don't know. I don't know if I like Harry as our full healer though. I definitely think that the second cure goes to Harry. Either way though. What do y'all think? Who's the up front and murder the healer, and who's the in the back making sure everybody's all right healer? I don't know, we'll just go with this for now. Let's go for this one. Probably should have had Harry go for that one with me. Ah, it kills both. It's really just like a 1 level difference once you do get down to it, isn't it? Like, you see the 44 damage, you get terrified, and then you're like, oh, you know, as long as I just survive, then I'm fine. Just heal my way through it. Free money! I love free money. I really hope that me and Harry take this guy down. I think we will. Okay. Austin is insane. Absolute glass cannon. Not even really glass cannon. Speaking of glass cannons, what is it that Harry is missing? Because I may give... Okay, Harry's missing the bronze bracers. Oh, I think I have to have... Oh, wait, no, there's a remove button. Okay. Move that. Harry. Get your defense up. You're up front. I thought there was something there. The bronze brace. The Coachella is a hollow bone? I thought that was a music festival.
Harry, thanks to heavens you're all right.
Milady, you must hurry back to the castle. We will take care of the rest here.
But before you go, we need to borrow your mithril ring. There is no need. I will go with you. I have come here to banish the Jinn and save my people, just like you.
Her Royal Highness has spoken. What should we do?
She should be all right, so long as Harry looks after her.
No harm will come to Lady Sarah as long as I live and breathe.
Thank you, everyone.
Princess Sarah has joined the party.
Oh, before I forget, press the Y button whenever you wish to speak with me. Now, let's hurry.
What's the Y button? On a... Is it this one? It is.
I managed to come here on my own, but I can't say that I wasn't afraid. Thank you, Harry.
Milady, I could do nothing alone. I'm sorry. Anything else?
Oh, I should tell you about saving in Quick Save.
Yeah, I got you saved right here.
Alright, repeat dialogue. I'll give it one more go. I don't know if there's anything else. Ah, something else.
The Jinn is a fire elemental. It should be susceptible to cold. So, it should be weak to the blizzard spell and the Antarctic wind item.
Yes. I'll give her one more go. You just met her, you fiend. What do you think that I'm saying? What do you think that I'm talking about? Hey, got an ambush. Nice. We'd love to see it. An opportunity for even Cullen to attack. Nice. Good hit, Cullen. I can't tell if this is progress or not. What is it with RPG fans and not ever wanting to progress?
I want the items. I want the stuff.
I think it was these games that awakened the loot goblin inside of me. That was fucking sick. That animation was sick. My job level. Loot goblin, these nuts. Pain! I think while we're not in battle, Harry should heal first. And then we'll have Cullen for, like, in-battle heals. Feels like it makes the most amount of sense to me, anyway. What's down? I am here too. Hey, thanks. Oh my god, a full cure. You could have waited. I just had Harry heal. Could have warned me, but you know, that's cool. It's totally fine. I'm really grieving the loss of that 1 MP right now. Really grieving it. My name is Donald Duck. I will heal you whenever you do not want me to. That's my Donald Duck impression. Hope you liked it. My name is Donald Duck. I am stronger than God. Hi, my name is Donald Duck. God is dead and we killed him. Mummy? Oh, Mummy. At least me and Harry get to team up on the Mummy, right? That's pretty cool. I do kind of, I mean, obviously, you know, part of the charm is that it doesn't have a lot of, like, conveniency of life things, but having to, like, go into your equipment every single time and be like, all right, I have 23 more holy arrows. That's 23 more fights that Austin will be doing crazy damage until I'm like, oh, what do you mean you can't shoot? You have no arrows? And then you spend a turn equipping something. I have you covered. Oh, hell yeah. This lady rocks! Holy shit. My god. Alright, we'll take that one for free. Harry and Zach double teaming a mummy live on stream. Live on stream. Oh, not that way. It always looks like a path, and then it's just a wall. Is it a path or just a wall? You're gonna do it again? Oh, you're curing. Okay, that's fine. Chill with that. When did we hit that sub goal? Good question. How close are we on? I was just curious. I talked to Cullen about the sous chef stream. I know, probably soon. There's a part of me that's wondering if I should wait for the Pokemon cards to get in first, or if we should just do it. We should probably just do it. Probably just get it done. Doesn't take genius to see that where this is leading, you know?
Prepare to meet your doom, Jin. This ring will banish you once and for all. Nothing's happening. But why?
Your power has no power over me. Now that I am infused with the power of darkness.
He said in the dialogue that he was weak to Blizzard. So, easy dubs. That also means he's weak to Antarctic wind. She's using arrow on him. The prospector is back, I see. No, don't use Antarctic wind. That's not the prospector that I'm looking for. 350?
This man is already dead.
Youch. Ooh. Bit of an owie over there on Harry. Let's go ahead and cure him. Everybody else can attack. Thank you, Josie Frog, so much for your 29th month. WFH days, so I can actually watch for a change. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Oh my god, how easy was that? How easy was that? Got loads of money. First boss down, out of the game. Dunzo. And it's at this point that the game really starts to open up to you a little bit more.
You cannot escape the ring's power now.
No!
Hey, what's going on? You must return to the castle, my lady. Do not fear for us. We'll be fine.
What is happening? Harry!
Where are we? I recognize this place. It's a cave with the crystal.
It is I who summoned you. You four have been chosen to be the warriors of the light, the bringers of hope. You must take with you the last of my light and the last of our world's hope. Unless you act, the light will be lost and the equilibrium forever broken. Once you take in the light, you will be able to extract the power from all the other crystals.
Ah, it gives me goosebumps. I love Final Fantasy 3. There's so much more to this game. There's an entire job system, which really helps you, like, specify the roles of your characters. You unlock more jobs as you progress through the game. Like, you know, there's white mage, black mage, war soldier, monk is one. There's even, I think, you know how that I played the piano and everyone like booed me? I think there's like a musician role, or musician job. There's a lot of different jobs. There's a red mage, which is like very like attack focused, but has like offense magic as well. The game's great. I always find myself coming back to it. This, again, was, like, one of the first ones for me. It's so good.
You must drive the darkness from this world and restore light to its rightful place. You are our last hope.
To me, it just represents old school Final Fantasy in its purest form, you know? So good. So good.
You have been blessed with the crystal's light. Now go, step onto the shining circle behind this altar and return to the surface. Embrace your destiny, warriors of light.
Congratulations, Kopo! You can now change jobs! You can access job-specific abilities by changing jobs, Kopo! But be careful, though. You won't be automatically proficient at each job, Kopo. You'll need to practice each new job to maximize its potential, Kopo. Try it out! Good luck, Kopo!
So good. And then, yeah, you know, you got this whole job menu with thief, black mage, monk, warrior, white mage, red mage, and then you get access to like so many more as you continue to play the game. That is where I'm gonna move on, because I feel like that is where the game wraps up at its middle section. But I absolutely adore Final Fantasy III. It is, to me, again, just the penultimate Final Fantasy game in my mind. And this remake is really fun. It's brutal, though. It is brutal. The next one, the remake for Final Fantasy IV. The remake for Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy IV is a very different game to Final Fantasy III and Final Fantasy as a whole up to this point. This is kind of the point of Final Fantasy where they focus less on the idea of characters that you can self-insert upon, and more characters with more of a fleshed out personality, more a fleshed out role, more just generally, you know, things that we've come to expect from Final Fantasy in terms of, like, you know, later Final Fantasy games like 7 with Cloud and, you know, and all the ones that have very specific characters. This is a great game for just the history of Final Fantasy. And of course we gotta watch the intro. Of course we gotta watch the intro. Thank you, Nodder, for the gifted sub to Austin. Hi, Austin. You're playing the hardest version of Final Fantasy? For maybe the opening. Just the opening of it. Probably not even as much as I played of Final Fantasy 3. But I still love this game, too. Like, this game and Final Fantasy 3, I played a lot of. Oh, look at all this cast of characters and everything. All of them very, like, kind of clearly have a more defined role, but it's still got the crystal and everything, and, you know, all the things that we've come to love and know
wife's
from Final
boyfriend left
Fantasy.
her recently, which resulted in me being forced to spend time with her. Thank you for being a shining light in these trying times.
Thank you, Hesky husband. I also don't want to spend time with my wife. Yeah! Yeah! It's so good! Final Fantasy 4, baby. Final Fantasy 4. Austin, you just missed yourself. You were in Final Fantasy 3. You were in Final Fantasy 3. Airship. Classic Final Fantasy. Classic. He's got a name and everything.
Lord Captain, we're nearly to the barren border.
So we are.
And it's got voice acting.
Troubles him too. Orders may be orders, but this goes too far.
Dude, they straight up murdered the Final Fantasy crew. Our normal Final Fantasy crew.
Lord Captain!
As if to say, this is not the Final Fantasy you're used to.
Must we now be thieves sent to plunder from the weak?
Enough.
But Lord Captain, the Mysidians offered no resistance, and still we cut them down.
Listen to me. We did no more than what our kingdom's peace and prosperity required us to do. The Mysidians knew too much of the crystal and its secrets. His Majesty deemed it so. We are the Red Wings of Baron. It is not our place to question the orders of our king.
Lord Captain.
Lord Captain! Monsters at the fore!
They've also got time battles now. Darkness, sacrifice HP for double damage. We got an item that unleashes fire attack. Cool shit. Cool shit. Crunchy voice acting? I know. Super crunchy. Very crunchy. They really went all out with these remakes. Pretty sick. Cecil's cool as fuck.
Everyone all right?
He just comes in that armor.
With all these monsters as of late. Disturbing, is it not? I wonder what it bodes. We've reached the castle, my lord.
Well then, prepare for landing, men.
Ah, the young lord returns triumphant.
Don't touch those! Don't you ever touch my balls without asking.
Don't you ever touch my balls without it. Sorry, the screen was covering it for a sec, but don't you ever touch my balls.
The young lord returns triumphant. You did secure my Sidious crystal, did you not?
The crystal is ours, but the Mysidians, they did not even raise a hand in their own defense, Baigan.
All's the better then, is it not? Only fools would dare oppose the almighty will of Baron. Come, we must not keep his majesty waiting.
I thought this game was so weird as a kid. Like, I was like so thrown off guard.
A moment, my lord.
I was like, characters? With personalities? What?
Your majesty, I fear our good lord Cecil's faith in you begins to waver. Does it now? Indeed, your loyalty and worth are proven once again, Captain Baigan. But the crystal is all that matters. Bring him before me, as you wish. Lord Cecil, His Majesty bids you enter. The kingdom of Baron hails your return, Cecil. You have brought me the crystal, I trust.
I have, Your Majesty. Relinquish the water crystal.
It is genuine, Your Majesty. So it is. See how it shines. That will be all, Cecil. You may leave us now.
Your Majesty.
Have you some other matter to discuss? Our king has granted you your leave, and yet you would trouble him further.
I know it is not my place to ask, Your Majesty, and I pray that you forgive my indiscretion. But what is it you aim to do? Your ways are not as they once were. My men's hearts grow heavy with misgiving.
As does yours.
No, Majesty. No, I would never doubt.
Do you take me for a fool, Cecil? Do you think your treasonous whisperings escape my ears? After all I've done for you, Cecil, you wound me. This is most unfortunate, but I can place no trust in one who offers none in return. I hereby relieve you of command of the Red Wings.
My liege.
You will go now to the Valley of Mist instead. There's a task I would have you do. A phantom creature haunts the borders of that land, the Eidolon of Mist. You will slay it and deliver this ring to the village that lies beyond. They will know its meaning. Be gone at first light on the morrow.
Your Majesty. Yeah, he's got cool armor too. They look like the armor sets from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep a little bit.
I beg you, my liege, reconsider. You know Cecil would not betray you. Ah, Cain. I was not aware this matter concerned you. But as you seem so eager to protect your friend, let your spear accompany his blade on the road to Mist.
Your Majesty.
I've no more words. Take the ring and be gone, while my mood is yet fair.
The Carnelian Signet. My liege. Cain, forgive me. I did not mean to draw you into this. What's to forgive? We slay this Eidolon of his and all will be forgotten. You'll be commanding the Red Wings again before you know it. Cain. You must be tired from Mysidia, no? Leave the preparations to me and get yourself some rest.
I cannot help but sense an air about His Majesty as of late. I, for one, believe in our king. He's a man who's not afraid to act on his own beliefs.
Such a great bromance, these two. What is it? This is all my doing. Forgive me. I told you, there's nothing to forgive. What's wrong? It isn't like you to act like this. I did not train in the way of the dark sword so I could steal from innocence, Cain. I trained because His Majesty asked it of me. You mustn't blame yourself for the orders you were given. Our king had his reasons, I'm sure of it. I envy you, Cain. Cecil, so you saw me. God, he's got like a cool-ass spear and everything. I saw the openings you left. How do you expect to lead the dragoons if you cannot even guard your own flank? My father's blood is in me. I will lead the dragoons. Have no fear of that. You're certainly headstrong enough. No more holding back, Cecil. Fight to win this time. Oh, this is a totally legit DS, yeah. Don't overthink things, Cecil. You need to keep your wits about you. Or do you mean to send me off against the Eidolon alone? Of course not. We leave early on the morrow. Best get some sleep.
Our esteemed commander and Lord Cecil of the Red Bit Wings join as one. It is the enemies of the Baron who need fear. The Valley of Mist beyond our far northwestern border lies beyond our far northwestern border. I've not been there myself, but it's said to be shrouded in a frog that never lifts.
A frog? A frog that never lifts? Why not? Huh?
The provisions within this chamber are yours to employ as you see fit. The switch upon that wall controls the mechanism to open the door.
Ooh. I love goodies. 480 gil, an ether, and a tent. Neat. Oh my god, this place is huge. I don't even really remember my way around a lot of the areas in this. I kind of remember the first dungeon and then boss fight, but that's about it.
We've been ordered to conduct magical research to aid His Majesty's war efforts. Sleep? Huh? You don't even feel sleepy? That's odd. I could have swore I did it right. Not all monsters can be fed by such simple spells as fire, blizzard, and thunder. Ancient tomes speak of magic vastly more powerful, but our true knowledge of such things is long forgotten.
Oh, so nostalgic. So nostalgic. What's this way?
His Majesty seems to have regained a bit of his youth in recent days, but it's more than that. Something about him seems different. I'm currently studying the fundamentals of white magic. A white mage should know the 3 C's, Cure, Cura, and Curaga. Rosa became a white mage to help you, you know. She worries for you. Try not to make her do any more than she must.
Rosa. Pull out the Zeta Flare? Can't just bust out a Zeta Flare? You're crazy. Cecil. Oh, Rosa. I had such a crush on her. I had such a crush on her.
Thank goodness you're all right. The orders for my city came in, so suddenly I'd worried.
We're fine. Small wonder, considering we fought mages who did not fight back.
Cecil. I'll visit you in your tower later.
Of course.
Bow, 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 chicka, wow, wow.
I forget. I mean, do I want to go to the right tower? I don't know. There's like one person I could talk to that I know I do want to talk to.
Well, well, look who's home.
Yeah! It's a Final Fantasy game. There has to be an engineer named Sid. If there isn't an engineer named Sid, it's not a Final Fantasy game to me.
Rose has been worried sick about you, you know? Make that girl cry and you'll have me to answer to, you hear? Speaking of girls, how are my babies? Didn't burn out any engines, did ya? You and them goons of yours need to treat those ships with more respect. Hey, weather-long fish. Something the matter?
Sid,
What? And he's sending you to hunt down the Eidolon instead? But what'll happen to the Red Wings without you? I tell you, something's gotten into His Majesty. He ordered me to build a new ship, you know, a more maneuverable one, with more firepower. What's he thinking? I'm not building these things for him to wage war. There's talk among the townspeople, too. Everyone's worried where the Baron's headed. And now the King's sending you away from us? Missed, huh? Well, you take care of yourself. Suppose I don't need to worry about you, though, do I? I'd best be on my way, too. That daughter of mine is gonna wring my neck if I spend another night here working without checking in at home.
Ow, be careful, that's where the monster got me. Lord Captain.
Oh, he gets drunk? The Red Wings have fallen far. Never has victory tasted so bitter upon my tongue. We cannot erase the memories of what was done in my city. We can drown them. The 3 C's. Sid, Sid, Sid. The only Final Fantasy I've really seen is 7, and I fell in love with Jessie instantly. Oh, Jessie's great. Jessie's just great.
Greetings and salutations, Sir Knight. My name is Namingway. I travel the world, bestowing new names upon those dissatisfied with the ones they already possess. But as of late, I find fewer and fewer wishing to take advantage of my renaming services. What say you? Why don't you try a new name on for size?
My name is Cheems. 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 Cheem.
Say what? You can't change your name? Oh, this is certainly unprecedented. It's almost as though my existence here serves no purpose. A naming way you cannot change a man's name is no naming way at all. I believe it's time I embarked on a new journey to find my proper place in this world. Well then, until we meet again.
Final Fantasy IV is doing everything in its power to tell you this is not the earlier Final Fantasy games. Like, it's cool. It's really cool. This is like a really cool like split from the formula. I love the formula, but the first split from the formula is definitely gotta be one of the most interesting. And the fact that they give you the option, I thought I did something wrong when I was playing this as a kid. I was like, why can't I name myself? This game's weird. Like, I didn't like it at first, but I kind of got into it over time.
I've turned your bed, my lord. They told me you would be departing again on the morrow. Rest well tonight.
Yeah, no, the game fucking baited me, dude. Well, just go ahead and rest for the night then. A role-playing game in a different sense of the word.
Your Majesty, what's become of you? Where is the noble knight, the man who took me in as an orphan and raised me as his own? The strong, just king I once knew.
He sounds like he's in love with him.
Is a crystal worth all this? Robbing a peaceful people of what's theirs by right. What need could be so great? King's orders or no, there's no forgiving what we've done.
Cecil?
It is a little bit spicy. That's just the DS, though.
Won't you tell me what happened? First you're sent off to Mysidia, and now to hunt some beast again so soon? Did something happen in Mysidia?
No, it's nothing.
Yeah, apologies for the crackles.
Then why won't you look at me?
In Mysidia, we stole a crystal from people who had done no wrong. I've worn this darkened armor for so long now. There's no mote of light left in me. Not even in my heart.
You're a good man, Cecil.
I'm a coward. A coward who cannot even defy orders he knows he ought not follow.
Cecil of the Red Wings is many things, but he is no coward. Not the Cecil who I love.
It's so cool that she just genuinely, like, loves him and, like, in this game, too. Like, they're just in love. It's kind of awesome.
King will be with me. I'll be fine. It's late. You should get some rest.
Be careful.
Thank you, Rosa. But I know what I've become.
Shall we then, Cecil?
I'll be counting on you, my friend.
Then you've nothing to fear.
Kane is fucking cool. I love Kane's armor so much. It's so cool. It's so cool. And so the Dark Knight Cecil, stripped of his command of the Red Wings, set out for the distant Valley of Mist. Together with Kane, commander of the Dragoons, he would pursue a faceless quarry and a chance for redemption. The advent of the airship had marked the realization of mankind's most ancient dream. But man is a creature seldom sated, and he was quick to dream anew. With the unparalleled might of the Red Wings, Baron's military soon reigned supreme. Why then does its king now seek the crystals? And why have fearsome monsters suddenly begun to overrun the once calm land? If the crystals know, they share no answers, only their pure and silent light. This time the crystals aren't talking to us. Ah, I fell into a hole. Oops. Oopsie doops. Ah, crystal's talking to me. Better do what it says. First town. Yeah.
You're Cecil of the Red Wings, or my eyes betray me. You seek the Valley of Mist? It lies beyond a cave in the northwestern mountains.
Pretty cool. What do we have as far as equipment go? Probably nothing here better than what we have already. I don't know. Oh, he's got a little, like, thought bubble now? Forgive me, Kane. I meant for none of this to happen. Oh, door's locked. Door's locked. Can't go in. All right. Yeah, let's just go ahead and leave then. It said it was to the north, I believe. Jump. Attack 10, damage times 2. So I should just always want to do that then? I mean, it kind of seems like I would just always want to jump then. It takes like a whole turn, okay. It's basically fly. Sick, though. The moves in this game are cool. Yeah, no, I was thinking that with the armor as well. It is very very Birth by Sleep with the armor. Okay, well, this is south, so that's not leading me anywhere important. I should have had him attack the same target. What the hell? Why did that one kill? Our two edgelords? They really are. They are so edgy. I kind of want to do darkness just to see what it does. Does it just buff me? I think it just buffs me. Yeah, it puts me at half and then... puts me at half health? What does it do? Sacrifice HP. Okay, so it doesn't put me at half health, but apparently it sacrifices HP. The HP gets sacrificed whenever I do the attack. Got it. It's been a long time since I played this one. Like, I'm really nostalgic for it, but, like, I do not remember much about this game other than, like, kind of where to go at the very beginning. And I'm mostly just exploring right now. On purpose. God, Kane's getting like 1 more damage up on me. Okay, like 5 more damage up on me. Well, that was just a porcupine. When you start at level 10 too, like I was like, this game is weird. I was so confused by this game. Because I was only used to, you know, like the formula up to this point. The formula of, yeah, you get 4 people in your party. They all kind of fill a role or whatever. And, you know, you get to name your characters. The formula trademark. I love the formula, but this first split off from it is really cool. I was thrown off starting at level 10. It's so weird. It's so weird. You're just not expecting it. And at level 10? Huh? My first exposure to anything like this. And then I would talk to, like, my cousin who was, because at this point, when these games had come out, like Final Fantasy VII, you know, this game's newer than Final Fantasy VII was. Obviously, it was, like, for the DS and everything. I would talk to my cousin who was a big, like, Final Fantasy VII fan, and I was like, what? So this is normal? Like, this is what Final Fantasy becomes? Okay. All right. Sure. After I realized that it was just a normal thing that, like, Final Fantasy was doing, like, I kind of got into it after that. I was like, oh, okay, all right, that's kind of sick then, you know? I don't know. These games were big for me, like, just getting into different aspects of video games, because the only video games I had played up to this point were, like, old original Super Mario Bros. On the NES, and then something else. Oh, this fucking guy.
Oh, greetings and salutations again. Your name was Cecil, was it not? After we last spoke, I set about mapping out a new course for my life, one that would allow me to help people. But having undertaken the task of mapping, the name Naming Way now seems rather inappropriate.
Naming Way became Mapping Way the cartographer.
All right, let me give you this.
The Wayfarer's Map.
It's an enchanted map that would draw itself as you traverse the floors of caves and dungeons. And that's not all. For each map you complete, you'll receive a fantastic reward. I hope you find it useful. Well then, until we meet again.
Thanks, Mapping Way. Thanks, dude. Ugh. What are these things? These squirming creatures. You could tell that, like, whenever these were developed around the same time, that, like, this is the one that they definitely put more into than the Final Fantasy VII or the Final Fantasy III remake. I think Final Fantasy III has more of, like, a place in my heart than this game, just because, like, that, you know, I just replayed Final Fantasy III over and over, like, but this one I definitely played through. I don't know if I ever beat it, though. I got really far into it. It was definitely, like, the furthest I had ever gotten in a Final Fantasy game was this one. And it was because it had, like, a through narrative that was keeping me from just the process of, like, you pick up a game, you enjoy it, you get kind of far, and then you pick up a different game. You enjoy it, you get kind of far, and then you go back to the other game, and you play the opening of that game, pick it up, maybe you get a little bit farther, maybe you don't, you know, and you just continue the process of replaying the beginning of games over and over and over again. Crazy stuff.
Leave this place.
Who's there? A potion. A potion with the motion of the ocean. Eye drops. Eyed drops.
Return whence you came. That voice, could it be the Eidolon?
Kane's voice has changed like 3 times. I just heard his voice actor, so. Figuring it out.
Men of Baron.
You know who we are?
Leave at once, and no harm will befall you. I will abide no further trespass. Show yourself. You mean to ignore my warning?
We must deliver this ring to the village of Mist Beyond.
So be it. The mist is gathering.
Mist Dragon. Ooh. I'm gonna go darkness mode. So that way I start doing crazy damage. I just have to keep my health in mind. Weakness. That's nice. Probably want to heal with Kane. Actually, he's okay for now. What? Ah! Striking the mist is futile. To do so only incurs the dragon's wrath. Stay your attack until the beast reforms. I missed! I'm gonna die! I don't think I did save. Is it gonna restart the whole game? We have so many games to get through today. I've mainly just wanted to show off that this game is different and everything. We died. We died. He did 100 damage, and he's... Whoo! I don't remember that at all. Speaking of games I don't remember at all, the next game on our docket, because we have 4 more games to get through. I wanted to get a little bit further than that, but that was like the first kind of boss fight. I think that basically what was going to happen is I was going to get a little bit further. Some story stuff was going to happen, and I was going to switch anyway. And since we're restarting from the very beginning, might just go ahead and do it. I will say some crazy twists happen in Final Fantasy IV. If that looks like your type of RPG, that's my thing with this, is that like I want to show off all these RPGs. Maybe somebody ends up with something else that they want to play in their free time. Dragon Quest 9, Centennials of the Starry Sky. This game rocks. This game is awesome. Boy howdy.